Hello, welcome to SRP Slot Cars. Today we're going to be having a little video here just to kind of, not really a tutorial, but a just quick overview on our 132nd Outlaw. I'm getting a bunch of questions. People have never seen the class, don't know the rules and such. First thing is I ask that you head over to the Facebook page and like that. And then if you want any products or anything, go to racesrp.com. You can contact me through either one, email, text me, phone number. I'm fully available. Try to make myself as available as I possibly can for everybody. If you have any questions, make sure to leave me a feedback, a note, message, whatever, and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. So just a quick overview again. We're basically covering this guy here. It's a 1/32 scale Outlaw. So with that being, the rules for the class are very, very limited. There's only a handful of rules, but the main thing to take in consideration, if this is something you're looking at running on your track, and typically run a 132 late model, as you can see, the width of the car is considerably wider, about a ½ inch or so. It's almost the same size as a 124. So you do have to have lane spacing for a 124 scale slot car in order to run these. You can run it by yourself. You're just not going to be able to pass if you have a club trap or you're running by yourself. So we'll get these guys out of the way. Just do a little visual there for you to have the reference. So on this guy here, it comes in kit form. So if you go online, you basically have that body right now. I do have other bodies that I have in the works. That's kind of the standard one right now. Then I have the basically like a Charlie Swartz with the mid-engine design there. And then I have a Loyal Allen body that I'm actually working on also. So there's going to be a couple of different bodies that are available. They're all the wider stance of the body. So again, you got to make sure that you have the lane spacing, or that you're not going to be able to pass if you're running side by side with somebody. So should I get back on track here? So with the kit right now, you're going to get the body there, and the sideboard. That's your first option. Then if you want to add the cage, that's an option. And then if you want to add a driver, these are really nice drivers. They're injected molded. Colors are going to vary. Sometimes each piece is a totally different color. Right now I think my helmets are black, and some of the arms are blue, some are white. I've had yellow legs, different colored torsos and stuff like that. So basically, that's a full package to your door for $25. And then you say, hey, that cage looks different than the one that's in the kit. It is. This cage I built myself. It's the very first one I built. It's bent out of brass, soldered together, and then painted. So the bodies themselves are pretty much wide open. The patterns I got traced out here. I got the different wheel well lengths, or the tire lengths, or wheelbase, I guess. So if you flip it over, it's upside down. It's a stock chassis. You can't alter the chassis in any way. It has to be a Womp style of a chassis. So we'll go into the chassis deal here real quick. So you have the brass Womp, the thumper, and then the steel Womp. So any one of these three chassis are totally legal for this class. Main rule on this class is it has to be this chassis and it cannot be altered. So you can't bend it, you can't solder it, you can't cut it, you can't enlarge holes. It has to be just like this as it comes out of the box. It's pretty much, that's the main thing that kind of, I want to say, limits the class in a sense, to make it fair for everybody. Unlimited motor. You can run any tire you want. We were running silicone at the track when we had started the class out, just to get more traction, to get more speed out of the cars. Take a look at the body here. So as you can tell, this has got a couple seasons. We've been running this class for almost 2 years, and it's May 17. So it's been seasoned. This body's been through 2 years of racing. It's got a little bit of wear, but they're very tough, very durable. It's a little styrene kind of rod in the front. It bends. I bend it back, so they are very durable. Corners are busted up here a little bit. I take a piece on mine. You can run different styles. I have a couple options that I'm trying to look at doing down the road here. We'll cover that in a minute. Just take a piece of styrene or Lexan or whatever, basically make it 90. Kind of super glue it in there so that your right side kind of floats, so the chassis goes here, and then the body just kind of hangs out there. So again, with mine, I run it double layer on the outside, so you actually have the body itself, and then the plastic kind of mounts up to it. And then on the other side, I actually trimmed it out, and you can do this on both sides. It's easier to mount. So this, everything that's yellow and clear is all one side. It's just basically this piece right here. So if you trim it like this, you can see your mounting hole is real easy to mount your body paint, your chassis to the body on that side. I don't really do specific drivers. I've been asked probably 50 times to sell that body. It's not for sale. I've been offered up to $400 from a guy at a race, and it's just not for sale. I don't like doing. I enjoy doing it, but there's no money to be made in it, and I don't want to make money off of a driver's name. That's not why we do what we do at SRP. I mean, we're here to provide you guys with awesome products. If you can get somebody else to do the wrap for you or do the lettering, great. Get back to me and let me know who it is and if they're willing to do it for us, because I get calls 5 times a week probably, people wanting lettering done. And nobody's willing to do it because there's no money in it. You know, it takes so much time to design stuff, and it's kind of a pain, and then you kind of run a risk of getting in trouble with a specific driver. You're making money from their name, and we don't want to do that. So we don't want to hurt the sport. We want it to grow. So that's why we do what we do, and the way we do what we do. So again, on the chassis, there's just straight up chassis. You can do anything to the chassis you want. Which sounds funny that I say you can't really do anything. So you can be creative. I've done a 4-wheel drive. We've run an axle in the front to the left side, axle in the rear hole, axle holes here, and then ran it out the other side to stagger it. We've offset the body both directions, to the right, to the left. Made a bolt-in guide assembly for the rear of one. I mean, it's kind of pretty much endless what you can do. But you can't alter this chassis. You can't cut it, you can't grind it, you can't solder on it. Anything you do has to basically bolt right directly to it. So this is just kind of a setup. I've been playing around at a different track. I personally like the Thumper chassis for myself, for the tracks that I've ran on so far. Switched over to a box or two. It's just kind of limited on the power supply at the track I'm currently running at, and playing around with it, and it's just, I'm not real happy with it. So class has kind of fallen by the wayside a little bit, but the whole idea of the class is if you have a track that all the rules are pretty much set in stone, you have to run this or you have to run that, whatever. This is a very gray area type of class, so you can be creative. And there's plenty of room to be creative. Like I said, we've done a 4-wheel drive, we've done a 3-wheel drive. I mean, you name it. I want to say I'd like to think that we've already tried it. And this setup seems like it works the best, but it's just fun to try different things. Every track is a little bit different. The power source, the radius on the track, straightaway speeds. It all plays a huge part into it. The other thing, it's one track we're running, we couldn't go any higher than this because of the infrared tower, the light tower would hit on the bottom. That once in a while you go by, and on the humidity, once in a while you'd hear it just tick the wings. So you could probably go a little bit higher, but our main goal is just try to keep it so it's to scale to 1/32. So, with the tires, to say that they're open, I'd stay with the 132 tire. 900 is the max, or an 890 tire. You can go with. I've seen guys where they'll run, two, instead of spacing out, they'll put 2 tires side by side. Put thinner on the left rear, thicker, double. I mean, like I said, you can change. I mean, you can change all these. This is just kind of what we're running for set rules for the class. Like I said, they're pretty limited. You can run any motor, any tire, as long as it was 900 or less. Any one of those 3 chassis, you can't alter it. That's pretty much it. I think I got everything covered. I've been trying to do some trick stuff I was working on, and the class kind of fell by the wayside in the off season. But so, like, kind of a little tinker company I've come out with is called Area 51. So it basically is a clip-on pan system. So this gives you an idea of, you know, the guys that want to tinker and can't sleep at night, and they think of cool, fun stuff. But so this is kind of like a flexi pan design that I basically designed to just clip onto the chassis. There's nothing that actually attaches to the chassis. It just kind of floats on there. So, I mean, this is an option you can do. I've tried this, very limited amount of lap times on it, and I don't know if it really works. It's cool, fun little project I came up with, but again, it's a matter of, you know, I get 2 cross clips and take the front axle out, and the whole piece comes out, and the chassis still looks like this. So, you know, like I said, this is a wide open class. You can tinker, you can kind of come up with all kinds of cool new ideas. The limitation always is your track. You know, what's your track capable of doing for power and speed and straightaway cornering ability? You know, track surface, what are you running on? Do silicone work better? Do treated tires? You know, everybody runs kind of a different rule at different tracks, and I get you know, questions all the time, or hey, can you help me out with this? Can you help me? You know, what's the best gear ratio? And a gear ratio situation is, you know, get the roll out of the car. I have a whole tutorial or a section in the information booth on the site, or the page, I guess, not the booth. It goes into explaining how to figure rollout. Gear ratio is good, but tire rollout, your car's rollout is more important than your gear ratio. You have to take everything into consideration. So it's like a chassis dyno kind of type of information that you can get, and you kind of know a lot about it already, but it defines it a lot better so that you better understand what it is. So again, if you have any questions or anything, make sure you get over to the Facebook page and you like that, make a comment. I'm going to do a video upload here on it. And if you're interested in any of the products, if there's something you see that's out there and you don't know where to get it at, get a hold of me. Either I can get it or possibly get you shot in the right direction to somebody else that can. So, you know, if you're interested in getting a kit from us, it's in 3 different stages. Go to the website there and go in the store and go under the 1/32 dirt aspect of it, and just click buy it now. It'll add to the cart to give you the quantity, different options you want. You know, we stock gears, tires, axles. You know, I try to keep everything in stock. So if you want to build a car from the scratch, from the ground up, I try to stock you with whatever you need for parts. It's one order from one place. We do free shipping. If it's outside the U.S., it's a flat rate of $25. So, which sounds like a lot. A lot of clubs that do order from overseas, they'll have a group of guys go together. Everybody pitches in a couple of bucks, spreads the cost out. It's relatively still pretty cheap for everybody. But you know, like I said, if you have any questions, feel free, get a hold of me. If not, good luck and happy building to everybody.